lovely humans, welcome to Starlight and Stitches. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you like crafting, crochet, yarn hauls, end of the month finished project videos, crochet book reviews, if you like any of that kind of thing, lovely wholesome crafty goodness, hit subscribe. Join my subscribers because my subscribers are the best and this is our happy positive place on the internet. Today I have another tutorial for you. Just trying to build my tutorial profile and what we are making today is this cute little granny shell pouch bag. Doopy 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 doo. A lovely little pouch bag. It's super easy to make because that's how I roll. I don't go for difficult things in my house. Thank you very much. Really easy to make, really cute. You can do these in any yarn you like. You could do it in any hook size you like. I have used today an old ball of yarn that I had. It's called Sewing Solutions Double Knitting Yarn. I just love this because it's bonkers and vibrant and that's how I roll. But if you prefer some more subdued colours, some more grown-up colours, something a little bit more mature, you can do this in any colour you like. It's a really nice little size bag for on a night out, or if you're popping out to a restaurant, or you just need something small to pop your keys and your phone in. So I'm going to take you to the table and we're going to try and do another tutorial for you. So to start our cute little bag, we are first of all going to go with a magic ring. If you are not a fan of a magic ring, then you can just do a regular chain 3 and then slip stitch into your first stitch to make a little loop. Just make sure, if you've got really tight tension, just make sure that you've got enough space to do 6 single crochets into that loop, because that is what we are doing next. 6 single crochets into your magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just going to close my loop up. I'm not going to do that too tightly because otherwise my stitches get a bit too tight. I can tighten it up even further on the next round. So round 1, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches there. Second round, round 2, we're not going to be slip stitching to the first, we're just going to keep going in continuous rounds and rounds and rounds. So round 2 is increase, and we want to increase in every single stitch. So we are doing 2 single crochets, if I can get my hook through there, 2 single crochets in every stitch. So 1, 2, and the same in the next one. 1, 2, same in the next one. 1, 2, and again. 1, 2, and in the next one. 1, 2, and in the last one, guess what? 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, so we now have 12 single crochets all the way around. Now I'm going to tighten my loop up here in the middle. And what you can do, I like to crochet this end into my next round. You don't have to do that. You can weave it in at the end. That's absolutely fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I am going to put a stitch marker. I always put one in the last stitch of each round so I know where the finish is. If I lose count, then I always know where my end is and I'm not just going to keep going round and round doing exactly the same stitch. So the next round is going to be 1 single crochet, and then an increase. I've got the most slipperiest yarn today. This is not the best. going to do that all the way around. So 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase. You're going to do that all the way around until you get to the other end. And I've got to my last stitch here, and that is an increase. So put my stitch marker back into the last stitch. Next round, we are going to do 2 single crochets and then an increase. So we're going to go single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, and we're going to follow that pattern all the way round. I will start that, and then I will meet you at the other end. Okay, the next round is going to be 3 single crochets and then an increase. We're going to continue this sort of similar pattern until we get a base that we are happy with. So next round is 3 single crochets, 1, 2 and 3, and then an increase in the next one, increase. And again, keep doing that, going all the way around like another cat hair. Excellent. 3 single crochets, increase, 3 single crochets, increase, all the way around until you get to the end. So the next round is going to be 4 single crochets, increase, and we're going to follow that same pattern all the way around. So we're going to go 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, increase, and then the same again, single, 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 increase. So 4 single crochets and then an increase. So we're going to have another couple more rows until we get into the main body of our bag. Remember, this is just the base. So the next round is going to be 5 single crochets and an increase. I bet you did not guess that was coming. So we're going to go single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then an increase. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, increase. And again, we're going to do that all the way around until we get to the other end. Guess what's next? It's going to be 6 single crochets and an increase, 6 single crochets and an increase. So easy peasy peasy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, increase, increase. Keep doing that all the way around. this is my last increase here. Increase, lovely. If you would like to make the base of your little bag bigger, you can do that. I just want a small little bag. So this is the base of my bag here. The next round that we are going to do, we are going to go and do a single crochet in the back loop only of every single stitch. So we're going to do the back loop only. So when we say back loop only, instead of going through both of those stitches like that, we are only going to go through this back one here. So we're going to do back loop only, single crochet there. And we're going to do that in all of them. So back loop only, single crochet. So not the whole stitch, we're only doing the back loop only, this one here. So do that all the way around, one single crochet in the back loop only, all the way around. Great, so now what we've created is almost like a little ridge. So when we turn this the correct way, it just makes it easier for that side wall to start coming up. And now we're going to get into the main pattern, the main body of the bag. So what I need you to do here is, I would like you to do a slip stitch into the next stitch like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2. In the same stitch we are going to do 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2. And this will be our first granny cluster for the bag. So that first chain 2, we are going to class that as a double crochet. So then effectively we have 3 double crochets in one stitch there. We're going to skip 2, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochets in this one. One, 2, 3. Skip 2 again, skip that one, skip that one, 3 double crochets in there. We're going to continue doing that the whole way round. So skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet, skip 2, 3 double crochet. Continue doing that all the way round, and I will meet you when we're near the end of this first round. So I've just done my last cluster of 3 double crochets here, and you should have in total, don't need this anymore, let's get rid of that. You should have in total 16 clusters, so 16 of these groups of double crochets. When you've done your last one, we're going to slip stitch that to the top of this one here. My cat's just jumped on the table. Hello, darling. So we're just going to slip stitch that in there to join the round. See? My apologies, I've just had to kind of redo my setup. My cat has now settled beside me and is purring very, very loudly, so you might be able to hear her. For the next round, now that you've joined those two together there, what you're going to do is you're actually going to turn your work around here. So we're sort of going in the opposite direction. And what you need to do is do another chain 2, 1 and 2. And we're going to do the same thing again. I'm going to do a double crochet, but we're going in between those last shells, and then another double crochet in between the previous row's shells. So we have, once again, 3 double crochets, and they will sit in between. So you're going in these little gaps here. So you don't need to worry about skipping 2. You just need to move on to the next hole, so to speak. So we're going to do another 3 in this one. 1, 2, here comes my cat, and 3. And we're going to keep going all the way round. Again, I apologise for the loud purring. She's a very happy girl. We're going to do 3 single crochets in each of these until we get back to the beginning. There's her paw there. Look, thanks. Great. So, apologies for the cat. She does like to join in when I'm crafting, hence why I randomly find cat hairs when I'm trying to make things. Anyway, we are on to the last cluster here. So we're going to go 1, 2 and 3 double crochets. And then all we need to do, exactly the same thing as last time, is we are going to slip stitch into the top of our chain 3. And once again, that gives us 16 clusters all the way around. So your bag will start building up like this from the bottom. And then we're going to do the same thing again. We are going to turn our work. We are going to chain 2. We're going to put another 2 double crochets in this first little hole here. One and 2. And we're going to follow the same pattern all the way round again. So we're going to 3 double crochet in that one, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet in that one, and then we're going to do 3 double crochet in that one. So we'll follow the pattern all the way around again. So back to the end once again, and exactly the same as before, you're going to slip stitch from your last cluster into the top of that first chain 2 that you did. So that makes those into clusters. So what we need to do now is decide how tall you want your bag. So this is my bag wall currently, 3 clusters high. I'm going to continue the same pattern as I did before. And as I make my way up the bag, I will decide what is suitable. I want you to do the same. It's the same thing over and over again for each round until you get it to the desired height that you want it. Some people might want a nice little squished bag, some people might want a really long bag. Gauge it by what you like, but also remember that you are going to need an extra 3 clusters at the top. I'll explain what I mean when we come to the end, but for now, keep doing what we've done on these previous rows. So chain 2, turn your work back into this one with 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and then keep working round in each of these cluster holes in between, 3 double crochets in each of these all the way round. Keep doing that all the way round, and then do the same again. Join it together, chain 2, turn your work, and do the same again, and keep working like that until you have got your bag to the height you need. When I come back, I will show you the height that I have done. So let's keep going. I have just finished my 10th row of clusters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 rows of clusters. And for me, that is a nice size. Let me just zoom out so that you can see there. There's a nice height for my bag. There we go. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to do a row where our strap is going to go. And this is basically what is going to cinch our bag together, and then we can open it up and cinch it in, open it up and cinch it in. So the row that I've just finished on is here. So I'm going to chain 2 again, like we have been, turn my work, but I'm not doing clusters this time. I'm going to be doing double crochets into the stitches. So that chain 2 is in there, and I'm going to do another double crochet here, and then another one here, so that's 1, 2, 3, but they are in the stitches, they're not in these cluster holes. So that's 3, 4, and then 5. So I've done 5, including that chain 2, which we are counting as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to chain 1 and skip a stitch. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. So skip that stitch and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then chain 1, skip the next stitch and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and do it again. And we're going to do that all the way around. So just on my last block of 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1, skip that stitch, and we're going to join that together with a slip stitch like so. So then what we have going round is these little gaps all the way around, and that is going to be what we thread our strap through. So we've got our main body and then this part here, and then we're going to do something that's going to seem very familiar to you. We are going to chain 2, and we're going to turn our work. We are going to do 2 more double crochets into that last chain space hole. 1, and 2. Okay. And then we're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and we're going to do 3 double crochets in this one. So skip 2 and do 3 double crochets in here, 1, 2 and 3. And then when we skip 2 again, we should come to another chain space. So we do 3 double crochets in there, 1, 2 and 3. Skip 2, skip 1, skip 2, 3 double crochets in the next one, 1, 2 and 3, skip 2 again, and we should come to another hole. So we're continuing to do our shell pattern, and each one should be either in a hole or in the middle there until you get back round to the other end. So I will continue and I will see you back at the other end. Skip 2. 1, 2, 3, and then same as before, once you've done that last one, you just want to slip stitch it to the top of the chain 2 like that. We're going to do 2 more rounds of the clusters and then the actual whole body of the bag is finished. So exactly the same as we did before, chain 2, turn over your work, and we're going to do 2 more rounds of the clusters. I will meet you at the end of those final 2 rounds. So it's going to be what I call the double crochet round here. You should have 3 rows of clusters on top of that. So I will see you at that completed end. Once we have reached the end of joining those final 2 clusters together with our slip stitch, we have what I call our half double crochet row and 3 rows above that of our lovely granny clusters. After you've done that, you've joined that together with a slip stitch, we can now cut off our yarn, feed that through, and then we're just going to weave in our ends. Keep that really nice and secure and make sure that that yarn doesn't go anywhere. I'll turn it back round because it's much easier for me to do it that way. Weave in your ends however you like. I am really funky when I weave in my ends. I go here, there and everywhere, up, down, left, right, everywhere. But you just do that however you like to do it. Just make sure it's really, really nice and secure and that you're not going to end up losing a lovely bag that you've made because you haven't stitched it all together properly. Once you're happy with your weaving in, don't judge me on mine. Once you're happy with your weaving in, you can snip that off. And you basically have your bag made. There is one last thing that we need to do, and that is just to create the strap that goes in through these lovely little bits through the middle here. This, oh, I keep hitting my camera, it's not good, is it? Right, this is a really simple strap. It's nothing fancy. All I'm going to do is I'm going to chain a length and then I'm going to slip stitch back into it. We do not want our strap to be too thick to go through our lovely little gaps that we made here. Now you can do it in the same colour as your bag, you could do it in a contrasting colour. Because my bag is really bright, as is all of my things, and really rainbowy, I am going to do mine in a black, similar weight, for goodness sake, similar weight maybe a tad thinner, because like I say, I don't want my strap to be too thick. So I'm going to do my chains. I will count my preferred length. You can obviously do whatever length you like. If you prefer a much longer strap, then you can do that. So I am chaining 80. So I've just got 10 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80. So I have my nice long chain of 80 there. Okay, just a regular chain of 80. And then all we're going to do to complete this strap is we are going to slip stitch back through the strap. So I know, I'm sorry, it's terribly hard to see because it's in black, but I'm just going to slip stitch back all the way through. And that just creates like a little bit of a cord, but it gives it enough strength so that it will hold itself, but also it's then not too bulky. Because this is quite a small bag, you don't want something that's going to be really heavy weighing it down in the end. We've got all those lovely airy fairy holes throughout it with the granny shells, so we want to keep it like that. So I'm just going to slip stitch back through all of my chains, and then it gives us that nice effect there. So once I finish slip stitching, I will show you how to feed it through your bag, and then we are done. Okay, so once you've slip stitched back into your chain, you can just trim off the end and weave it back in. That's all you need to do. It's really nice and easy. You don't have to make this more complicated than it is. So we've got our little tie thing. So how we pop this into our bag, we go down 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, to find our, what I call half double crochet row. And what we want to do is from the back, first of all, feed one end through like that. Find your next hole and feed this end through. And find your next hole, feed it back through. Find your next hole, there it is, feed it back through. The next one, feed it through. The next one, feed it back through. And then that goes back through there, and then through there. And then you can pull your ends and it cinches it all together like this. So you have your little bag complete. Show you properly. Back at the sit down. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial for this cute little granny shell bag. It's turned out really well. I do like this bag a lot. If you want, obviously you can make your strappy bit, you can make that longer, so you can turn it into a tie so that you can tie it around your wrist. Or if you make a really long one, you can still cinch it and you can have it over your shoulder so it's down by your hip. So you can alter it how you like to make it fit your lifestyle and what you would use it for. I've just got this as a cute little pouch, but you can, like I say, make the strap longer if you like. Let me know what you thought. I hope you found the tutorial easy to follow. I'm not normally somebody that does tutorials, but I am trying to expand my profile because people have been asking for more tutorials. So I am going to try and give you what you want. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good week. Look after yourselves. Look after your loved ones. Let me know if you do make this, how it turns out. And I will see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.